Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the next episode of the Psychedelic Experience. Welcome back to it. How's your trip going? How's your 2020 trip going? Has it gotten any better? I certainly hope it has, for your sake and mine. What's going on, man? You guys doing okay? I got got a lot of things annoying me, as per usual. I'm a pretty grumpy person, is what I've noticed. I'm grumpy with a smile, so it's very confusing. But I sat here for like 10 minutes going, what's something good that happened this week that I could start the podcast out on? You know, a positive note. Something, I was looking for one thing in particular. Be like, oh, this was a good thing that happened, and I could start. Be like, oh, positive, you know. And I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't think of like one particular moment for the week. So I got to dig deeper into positivity. And although the week it's been good enough, you know. I have ran and worked out every day this week, so there's the positivity in it. Even though I've been working shitty jobs I don't care for. I did an outside show last night that went okay. It was okay at best. But I did run every single day this week. And started building the second version of the wrestling trivia game. So there's some, you know, little baby steps along the way. I guess you got to find something to latch onto in all this fucking madness. Because Lord knows you ain't going to find much positivity online. I'm over Twitter, man. I don't know if y'all still fuck with Twitter, but it is just, it's just no good. Maybe I got in the game too late. I only got on Twitter because I was interested. I think it was like 2012. I was interested in the group Anonymous at that point in time. That was back when Bitcoin was really getting big. I thought it was good for them, or just keeping up with those folks. They were always posting interesting conspiracy shit or whatever. But now it's just fucking every asshole. I'm trying to get both presidential candidates to block me. That way when I don't vote, no one can blame, no one can get mad at me. I can just go, well, they both blocked me. That's why I didn't vote. I'm not going too hard on them. I don't need anybody knocking on my fucking door for some stupid shit I said on Twitter. But I just think it'd be fun just to say inappropriate things to them until they block me. And then I can go, hey, I didn't vote because they blocked me. Wouldn't that be nice? Fuck. I did get shadow banned or whatever. I got a restricted account on Twitter. The free speech is being attacked in this country, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this. Everything comes with a warning now. Sensitive content. Here's something I noticed. I guess it was on Instagram. Some videos will pop up and be like, "Oh, this is like sensitive content." I follow a lot of the wrestling Instagram pages, so they'll post like backyard shit, or people like backyard wrestling. One lady got power bombed through a car windshield. People just, for the love of the craft, people, don't you understand? It's for the love of the craft that you get power bombed through a windshield in somebody's backyard, which is what comedy has become now. We're just power bombing each other in people's backyards. But that particular video had a warning where it's like, oh, this is sensitive content. Viewer discretion is advised. However, no warning for a fucking giraffe giving birth. That should come with some kind of sensitivity warning, maybe, or a little viewer discretion advised. You know, I'm trying to start my day and have a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden this baby giraffe's just coming out of you know how birth works, right? You come out of the pussy. And I would like to, and that's a beautiful thing, right? Isn't that how life begins? It's a beautiful thing. I'm not saying it's not beautiful. I would just like to give a little warning to let me know I'm going to see something so beautiful so early in the morning. Because that, let me tell you, people, that won't fuck up your day at all. Seeing, because it's not like, there's no one helping the giraffe give birth. The giraffe isn't laying down. It's just standing up, just pooping out a baby. And the fucking thing falls. It just falls straight out of the giraffe onto the ground. Like, whatever it is, 6 fucking feet, however tall they're like, however far it is, not to their neck, not to the top. I don't know how tall a giraffe is, but from the ground to the pussy, how far up that is. While disturbing. It's fucking hilarious too. Just how it fell out. If you prepare yourself, I highly recommend that you watch a giraffe give birth sometime. Because while disgusting, birth is not disgusting. That's a beautiful thing. The act of birth. But just having to watch it when you're not expecting it to. And then like something, once the giraffe fell, there was still like a bubble, like a little white puff bubble, a uterus or something like that sticking out of the giraffe. I just don't know why you wouldn't give a warning with that, like why that's okay to just show and not say, hey, this might fuck you up if you're not ready for it, But I still can't have my screen name be I Eat Booty on my card game for whatever reason. I don't understand the world. Nothing makes any sense anymore. We're just pretending to be safe, and that's why we're allowed to do comedy shows, even though no one's really, I don't understand it. Seems like a lot of hubbub, It's like you can come, you don't wear a mask when you come in, but you take it off as soon as you get in. Just if you're moving around, you have to have a mask on, right? If you're inside places, but if you're just sitting down, like for some reason the shit you breathe out doesn't carry and circulate around the room. In most places it's summertime. A lot of places have fans going anyway, AC. The air's circulating through the building anyway. But for some reason, if you're sitting down, you're fine. But if you're up and about, you just got to have that mask on. It just seems like a bunch of nonsense. I don't know. I was at the show last night talking to people. We did it outside. You had to wear a mask if you were inside for any reason. And it was requested that comics wear a mask at all times. I think just so it looks good or whatever. But as soon as people got in and sat down, it's like masks are required, but also there's a 2-item minimum. So it's like you're buying shit. Maybe there wasn't a 2-item minimum at this particular place. But comedy clubs, they have a 2-item minimum. So it's like, wear your mask in here, but also you have to buy stuff. And the only way you can consume the things you buy is you have to take your mask off. Like, that's the only way it works. I just don't understand what anybody's doing anymore. It's very confusing. I was thinking about this too, because small businesses are hurting, right? Everyone's worried about like mom and pop restaurants and small businesses, and like, oh no, a lot of small businesses are going under. And it's like, maybe, I don't know if most people with a small, just because you have a small business, I don't think necessarily know how to run a small business, if that makes any fucking sense. Because it's like, I work at a breakfast place, but we've just been running out of like breakfast shit. Like, we just had bacon scraps for the past weeks instead of like pieces of bacon. There was a time where we ran out of coffee, and they're like, we gotta, we're not making any money. We're worried about our business. And it's like, well, we're out of coffee, and it is a breakfast place. And even if it's like, coffee's an easy to go thing. You know what I mean? So if you come by, it's like, I just want to get a cup of coffee, overpriced coffee. Of course, it's pennies to make, but I'm fine paying the $4 for a cup of coffee. Matter of fact, I'm fine tipping $6 on top of the $4. I'll give you $10. You can keep that $6, but then I come and you go, I don't have any coffee. It's like, well, what the fuck? But we did get a new waffle costume. So ran out of coffee there for a little while, but got somebody dressed up like a waffle. Because I think that's going to help business. I know when I go to a place and I see somebody in a waffle costume, I'm like, this is definitely for me. I definitely don't think you look like a jackass. And I have to pretend to respect you. I should probably put this part out after I quit that job. But, oh well. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, people. Working jobs that I don't like for no reason. It's like, fuck. People making you hate dogs. These people always bring their dogs to breweries. I'm working that other job at the brewery. I still don't love dogs very much, but people just force their dogs on you, man. They just want to shove a picture of their dog in your face. And it's like, I didn't ask to see your fucking dog. I don't know why you got to do this to me. Can't we just talk? It's like, no, can't we just be people to one another? Can you ask what my name is? At least before you start shoving that dog in my face. You could replace dog with penis. And it probably feels the same. I didn't ask to see the dog. I didn't want anything to do with the dog. But all of a sudden, you're forcing the dog on me. What are you supposed to do? People don't make any fucking sense. Love dogs. Just don't know why I need to see a picture of one. Unless I ask. People are mentally ill. And I feel like people's pets are definitely a projection of their fucking whatever psychological problems they have. They definitely force it on animals and children. That's why everyone's all fucked up, man. We've been fucked up. It's just fucked up people keep raising fucked up kids and then having fucked up pets. I'm tired of fucking. There's like a little wooded area. It's not like the fucking woods right behind my apartment. I like to go run back there. But for some reason, it's like a park. It's attached to a park. But for some reason, people think because they're outside, they'll just let their dog, they're like in the, because it's like a trail. Not even a very long trail. They'll just let their dogs off their leash. They're like, he's a good boy. And all of a sudden, I got dogs chasing me while I'm just trying to go for a jog. And you're like, he's sorry, he's nice. And it's like, I'm sure. But sometimes I don't want to. I did have a little corgi chase me, a little puppy corgi, and that was adorable. That I will allow. For your fucking 3 German shepherds you got. I'm like, no. But it could be kids around here. I used to get chased by a German shepherd when I was a kid, so it's like, I like German shepherds. I've met some very cool ones, but if I'm running and I see German shepherds coming, it's just bad memories are already triggering. You know, it's like, fuck, that dog's definitely going to try and kill me. I think my dad chased it off with a hammer one time. Playing in the front yard. And I just remember there's two houses over, like our neighbor. I think his name was Mike. I don't remember. But anyway, what his name was. But that German shepherd would chase me sometimes. And that particular, I just ran in the garage screaming. I think my dad just came around from the back. I think he was out back, but I think he just had a hammer and just started yelling at the dog. And the dog took off. But I also knew, I think my mom worked with a lady who her fucking, her kid got killed by a Rottweiler. And we were like the same age. I think we had the same name too, as a matter of fact. I'm pretty sure that fucked with my mom. I think we had the same name. I can't remember. But he was whatever, like 4 or something like that. And he wanted to go out and play in the backyard. because the older kids were out there, but they were out there with, it was either their dog or the neighbor's dog. Whatever happened, he went out there running, and some fucking Rottweiler saw him running and just fucking latched onto that little kid's neck. Which there's nothing funny about that. Nothing at all. But that's, you know, that's why you should probably keep your fucking dog on. I'm sure that dog was a nice dog to some people too, you know. But that's fine. If you're in the woods, it's attached to a fucking playground too. Like if you run up this gravel hill, there's some like side trails or whatever. It's right to the fucking playground. You know, keep your dogs on a fucking leash. You're not in the fucking woods. Just because there's trees doesn't mean you're in the fucking woods. It's like a neighborhood. There's fucking 1,000 units in this apartment complex, and you want to be a fucking asshole on your phone, letting your dogs off the leash. So it's like you're not even paying attention to them. Go fuck yourself, asshole. Put your fucking dog on a leash, people. Unless you're in the woods. If you're out in the woods, yeah, go for it. But if you're in a trail, especially if there's kids around, I don't care how good your dog is, you know. Just something that I just don't fucking fuck with dogs off the leash, especially if I'm jogging and they start running after me. Most of the time it's fine, but there's always a chance that there's going to be some fucking dog that latches onto your neck. So just keep your dogs on a leash if you're running out in the woods, people. Jesus, fuck all Christ. How do we get down this fucking... Ended up with some kid getting strangled by a dog. What am I talking about? Life lessons. That's all it is. Keep your dog on a leash, people. Other than that, I don't know if that's a good place to end this podcast. That's probably a terrible place to end this podcast. Good Lord. I don't understand. Oh, it started with the brewery thing. That's how it happened. Quit forcing your dogs on people. Fuck, that's how it came. I was thinking, because it was like waffle costume from going from a waffle costume to the dogs. I was trying to figure out how we got there, but it's job shit. That's what it was. I'm high. I'm talking shit to you people. What else do you want from me? I only have so much to give. My life's very uneventful. I might go up to Nashville this weekend. It's my buddy Brad. It's his birthday tomorrow. He's doing like an outdoor show for his birthday, but I think I might sneak up there and go say hey, hang out with some friends, some old familiar faces, you know. It's even last night, it's like I haven't seen most of the people. I haven't seen anybody in forever, but even doing comedy, it's like I saw, you know, it was good to see a few people. But other than that, it's just kind of like, you know, it wasn't like there was like 2 people out of all the comics and whatever that were there where it was just like, bro, I've genuinely missed like your presence in my life, sort of thing. Like I miss our conversations. Out of however many people were there, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever it was, however many comics or whatever. But there was probably like 2, maybe 3. I can give a loose 3, a definite 2, and a loose 3. But I know if I go to Nashville, there'll be a lot more familiar faces and family, you know, old comics and my family. Because I'm sure I haven't seen my blood family in quite some time. I haven't seen them since Christmas. And I'm going to try and get back up to Michigan at some point in time in the next couple months. See them. It's always good. But, you know, that's been, for the longest time since doing comedy, it's like that's been the people, the comics and the people in the different towns and shit like that, you know. They've been my family. Like, you know, there's definitely a good handful in Nashville for sure. Huntsville too. The club in Huntsville, mainly like the people that work there, they've always treated me real well. I always like going back there. It always felt like there was, yeah, if you go see the family, you know, it was always good because it seemed like I was doing that like every month. You know, I made some good friends up in Chicago. Chris Higgins, he's like, I liked seeing that dude. It's like, oh, getting to see your brothers and your sisters everywhere. It was wonderful, but I haven't got to see them in a while. And that's the thing, people have got to be, I guess, around their families during the pandemic, whereas a lot of, you know, my blood family is in Michigan, and then the other people I consider family, I got Wagner. He's a brother for sure. My roommate Josh Wagner. It's been good having him, but it's like I miss my brothers, like sort of thing. It was always good to check in with them, and that's the thing with Brad Sativa. It was like whenever I moved back to Atlanta, like I wouldn't go fucking 2 months without seeing him somewhere. Whether he'd come down here or I'd be up in Nashville or be fucking off in Indy or some shit like that, or going to St. Louis or whatever, man. It was fun to it's always good to see him. He's one of my favorite people to talk to, and just like he's like a brother. Like I've never, I don't have any brother. Like I have a sister. That's what I was trying to get at. Siblings. I have one sister, but I got a ton of brothers now through comedy, and sisters too. I got a bunch more sisters now. But Brad is just like, man, it's such a good, I think we understand each other in a way that not a lot of people do. And just how we can communicate. And the shit we could talk about is not really stuff that I find we could just talk on a level that I don't feel like I get with a lot of other people of understanding, I don't know if a lot of people have that, where it's just like, man, you get it. You get what I'm saying, and you're not, because we could feel what each other's are saying more so than the words, he just gets it, and I feel like we're that same thing for each other. I don't know if a lot of people have that in their lives, but it was great. It's always like a good refresher, like a reset, like, oh fuck, man, good. I got to see Brad, get in a good headspace, and so yeah, I'm trying to go see my family this weekend, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Ending on a positive note. Hey man, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get ready for this show, get myself cleaned up. Thanks for checking out the podcast, man. Appreciate it. The Psychedelic Experience. I hope you're doing well. Finding, however you're getting through it. I hope you're back to work. Just trying to burp there. Excuse me. I apologize. Or whatever it is that makes you happy, man. I hope you're doing it. I hope you're having a great time. Anyway, keep an eye on the YouTube channel. Just search Utilize Shrooms. That's what it is. It'll be a picture of me in a what is it, a bellhop? I think that's what they're called, a bellhop hat. It says Booty Man on it. So that's my channel. But I'm posting videos and shit there. So keep an eye on that. Wrestle Trivia as well. Twitch.com/wrestle trivia is where I stream that. I got to pick a particular day to do that. So I'll figure that out and let you guys know. I think a Wednesday would be good. If you have any suggestions for what a good wrestling trivia day would be, let me know. I'd appreciate your input. It'd be great in case you're good at planning things. Anyway, Joe Kelley Comedy, whatever. Look that up. You can find me on social media, which I'm pretty sure is how you found this anyway. But thanks for checking it out, man. Take care of yourself. Have fun. I'll catch you all around. Later.